Oh, I should have paused that video. I hope I can edit these together. There you have it. These are all 4-plies done with coloring like that. That purple one's going to look a lot like this, but orange and purple. This was supposed to be red and purple. I got hot pink, magenta. I'm not sure what happened there. And then this one was just a bunch of different blues. It was meant to be. Now, in terms of life plans, what am I going to do with myself? Where am I going to live? What am I going to do? I need to get out of the bus. This is not a tenable situation. Um, I miss plumbing. I miss electricity. Mostly I miss plumbing more than anything. And I miss stability. And I miss legitimacy. Um, so there's a community here that I want to live in. It's called Mosquito Creek Marina. It's float homes. And they range from fancy to not fancy. There are float homes that are not fancy. They're my size. Unfortunately, of course, I have no money with which to buy one. I'm not willing to discuss all of my thoughts on that problem, but I'll discuss it magically. I did a magic working a couple of years ago. It was very strong and very challenging and very difficult. It involved fasting for 6 weeks. And I'm not kidding you. There was no solid food. It was not a complete starvation, but it was damn close. It was coconut water and seaweed and pieces of chocolate, little pieces of unsweetened chocolate. I was living on almost nothing. I was keeping my minerals and vitamins going, but not my calories. And I was magicking hard. And the magic said it's done. It is done. My will be done. My will is done. Now you must wait. And I waited. And some of the parts of the magic working did fall into place. And all of the magic signs are accelerating. All of the little things that tell me that the magic is working are racing like an avalanche towards a climax of completion. I'm pretty sure I know the house I'll be living in. Though I thought I knew the house, and it's not the house I was fixated on is gone and was not that great. It was not actually as good for me as I thought when I first saw it. And the house I'm fixated on now is far better, but could as easily be not quite the right house, just something being kept there. Because while the magic does its work, I need to be pulled along. The magic has to pull me along with it too. And so it will present things to keep me fixated, keep me motivated, even though they may be stopgaps, not it yet. So whether or not this house is it, it's been sustaining me. I keep saying, I don't know how I'm going to get it, but I know I'm getting it. I know I'm going to get this. And so my job here is to try and survive until magic can get it all done. And to keep my pets alive. I don't know, did I mention the new dog in the last video? There's a little 13-year-old Pomeranian Chihuahua cross dog that came wandering over to me. After the third time, she just wandered across a busy road to come to me. I put a collar on her and told her owner I wasn't giving her back. We had a relationship. By then, I already understood that he knew that he wanted to give her away, but he was just having a hard time because he's a jerk and he couldn't figure out how to power trip me over it. And I wasn't making it easy for him by going over, please, can I have her now? Instead, I was just like, well, that's all right. You let me know when you've decided. I think he wanted me to offer money, or he wanted more out of this transaction than the dog's welfare. And the dog and I both understood And he understood that that wasn't okay. So eventually the dog came and the dog stayed. And the dog is gone from having severe alopecia and blindness to poor vision and the most ridiculously fluffy coat you have ever seen. I am actually I'm turning her fur into yarn. I've been collecting her hair and turning it into yarn. I'm not kidding you. I mix it with silk and I spin it into yarn. She Angora. There's always more when you spin she Angora. And it does not stink of dog. Once you've washed the yarn, it's the same as all the rest. It's no more stink of dog than wool stinks of sheep. So that's a beautiful thing. And I'm in a lot of trouble with my mood and my spirits. When I'm around other people, I get really negative and it bugs me. And I see myself doing it and I'm trying to figure out how to stop that. But you see, at the moment, I'm in such deep need. I keep thinking, well, any person I'm talking to might be the person that has the key that I need to unlock the problem that's causing me such grief. So I have to talk about it. Or other times, the conversation just winds up dragging me there. It's like, well, I can't, I live in a bus. So it's like, ah, shit, now they know I'm. But anyways, I went to the Burrard Yacht Club 2 years in a row for their boat show and sale. There was a boat for $20,000. I was like, $20,000? Heck, I might have that much money hiding in an account somewhere from the sale of my house and not know it. That's not a lot of money. Really not a lot of money. Now, I don't want to live in that boat. Too small. My loom would never fit. And personally, I don't think that I have what it takes to live on a boat. I honestly don't think I'm up to it. I have enough boating experience to know better. Which I said to one of the guys at the boat show. I says, well, I'm experienced enough. I love boats, but I know better. He started laughing. Whether you own it as a hobby or it's your sole residence, a boat demands more attention than a wife or a child. It wants all your money and all your time and all your attention. And you need to have a lot of money or a lot of time. Nothing else going on. Something. That's not me, man. I got stuff going on. I don't have time for that shit. I don't have time to be polishing bright work and scraping mussels. I do like the idea of swimming under my boat and picking mussels, though. But I'm not sure if Burrard Inlet water's clean. But I spend a lot of time daydreaming about living in this boat. It's got a little dock. It's just big enough for a tender, which is all I want. I'd like to have a tender. Maybe it comes with one, because there's a tender in the pictures. Maybe the person who is selling it is selling the contents. In which case, I would get a boat and a bunch of workshop stuff. It's got a workshop. It's got a spare bedroom, so I can have a roommate who can help me with the cost of mortgage fees, because they might exceed my allowance, at least until I get something fixed about that. Disability in this province is no better than in the last province, and no more possible to. In the last province, my housing costs at $650 exceeded what welfare allowance allowed. It was more. My housing costs exceeded what they allowed for housing costs. I had to live on $1,100 a month. Now I'm currently living on $1,100, and I can have another $500 if I have housing. If I have to pay for housing, they will give me another $500 a month to pay for that housing, and that's a problem. Because the most affordable housing you'll ever find is twice that. Ever. You're not going to be able to live. A disabled person cannot live on $500 housing. You might be able to find something for $1,000 if you got a roommate, which is ridiculous to force, intellectually and emotionally and cognitively disabled people to roommate together. We got to babysit somebody else who's possibly worse than us. and or tolerate abuse, of course, you know, or be abused or be abused. So I'm pretty sure that's going to get fixed in the next 5 or 10 years. So, you know, anyway, I do have some thoughts on where that money's supposed to come from, but I just have to wait for magic to take care of the problem because I'm powerless. I've got nothing. Nothing but thoughts and ideas. But my God, the power that I feel around this is so insanely strong that I can't not believe it's going to happen. And I've gone through disbelief, and I've gone through faith, crushing faith. And of all the stupid things that carried through my loss of faith, it was parking and traffic. It was driving and parking my car. It upheld my faith. There's a goddess of parking and a goddess of driving, of traffic. And I've been dialoguing with them for a very long time. And the goddess of parking, who does not want me to broadcast her all over the world because she's not interested in working that, has never let me down. She never lets me down. Sometimes I fail to ask, and then I don't have an easy time finding parking. But I do find parking. She never lets me down. And I don't pay for parking. If it's not free, I don't park. Also, I'm careful about where I go. I mean, I've never tried to park in downtown Vancouver for free. I'm not stupid. But she'll find me a spot. If spots are there, she'll find me. She's not going to make a spot out of... Well, actually, she's even made me spots out of nothing on occasion. Because with a smart car, you can do that. But, yeah. It was parking and traffic. Always getting the green lights when I need them. Always getting where I need to go by driving. Like Phyllis, she's the goddess of traffic and transportation. And she is massive and amazing. And she's better than any AI data center. And it's these two ladies that have kept me believing that there is magic. And I've also stopped and realized that there isn't a human being alive that doesn't believe in magic. And I've never seen an animal not respond to psychic interactions, which is a form of magic. I use the word magic. What I really mean is stuff we can do that we don't have science for yet. And manifestation of will is on that list. And I've never met anyone with a stronger will. I'm stronger than my own father. I'm wiser. The strength of my will does not necessarily transmit to others because I don't use it that way. I don't use it on others. I feel that that is immoral to use my will on others. To take the strength of my will and use it to force others is against... I won't. Never would. Still won't. Always knew I could, and that I shouldn't. But that if I must, I could. And that stays with me. I have strength of will greater than anyone I know. But I also have the wisdom, and have always had the wisdom, to know that it's there to keep me going. It's there for my magic. It's not there to put on others. So people don't see it. I'm as likely to give in or walk sideways and find another solution. So you won't see me go, no, I'm not stopping until I win, because I don't do that. That's not what strength of will is. But I do that, and that is what I'm doing right now. Right here. I'm waiting on that house. I know I'm getting that house, and I'm waiting on it. And I will have that house. I'm not going to be staying here. I'm not going to be staying there. I'm not going to be living in an SRO. I will buy a bus. I will get that bus to the West Coast. I will bring the stuff most precious to me along with me. I will get out there. I will become a resident. I will have the house I want. For so I will it, and so mote it be. For I am me. I'm not you, and I'm not him. I am nobody else but this guy. I will grow up to be a man one day. This guy. This guy doesn't have to correct himself anymore when he talks about himself as a guy. This guy's gotten here. This guy's done this. And what this guy has done in his life, against what obstacles. I don't know, I'd love to be able to see it all written in a memoir one day. So, I'll have my house. It may not be the one I think it is, that I'm going to be living floating on the water. And it may not be when I think it should be. But it's coming like a freight train. It's rolling like a freight train. I can feel it. I can hear it. I can smell the steam. I can smell the grease and the heat. The ground is just boiling. It's coming. It's coming to me. And it is no more than I deserve. And it is not asking too much. It is very little that I ask. And it is absolutely within the capacity of the universe to give to me. And I'm absolutely worthy of it. And as an investment, will pay off the universe in spades for it. I've already invested, and I will invest more. It is who I am and what I do. And I'm excited to find out how that investment will be coming. Because it's always fun when you invest in your community and your world. It usually involves you and your energy. So, there's a very long update vlog. It's actually going to be part 1 and part 2 because I'm not going to try and figure out how to edit it.